Okay, so hello everyone, Merry Christmas. It is now Christmas week, and today I'm going to start something a little bit fun, but also something that I hope will give you some insights and knowledge of how I build or I'm building my business with you, or with the use of automations and AI to support me on the journey of scaling. If I had this tool 10 years ago, if I had the technology that was available 10 years ago today, I would be in a far better position. And I always said in business that if you do a task twice, you have to automate it. That was a rule we lived by in the business. And today I completely changed that and say, if it's anything other than service, it needs to be automated. Because the tools today that we have in both in automation and the AI are so far more advanced than they ever were that there are very little elements of any business that could not be automated, except for that element that requires your team, the thinking of your team, and that output from that. And even some of that, any of the admin tasks should be automated as well. So I use a system called N8N. And that system is just an automation system that lives in the cloud. You can pay for it as well. There's another one called make.com does very well. And what this does is it takes all of the information in that I give it from different sources, and it then does with it what I tell it to do. But the magic of this is, with the advent of AI, it now can reference AI, and AI can make assumptions and can look at tools, and then it can actually output the information based on our knowledge and skills that we have fed into it on the other side. And it's class. Now, why would you want to use this? So I use this for many reasons. Firstly, to be more efficient with my time. This workflow, as you will see, will save you days per month, months per year, whenever you use it fully. And if you think about this rolling out over across all of the functions in your business or your team, then you will see how it will make you more efficient. And that efficiency, it saves you money in the business and it retains more profit. And that is the idea of all of this. Now, I use a little app called Telegram. If you're not familiar with Telegram, it is the same as WhatsApp, or another version of WhatsApp almost. It's just a messaging app. And I use that because I can take the information from the Telegram app and route it into N8N, and now use the results from that as part of my workflow. And I'll show you that. And I can do that in two ways. I can send it a text message, and I can also just leave it a little voice note. And if I leave it a little voice note, you should, as you'll see shortly, get the correct answer. Yeah, probably the best way of saying it. So let's get into it. I'm going to explain it a bit further as I go, and I'll work through my workflow. This is just the Telegram trigger. It's just waiting for that message. And if it's a text message, it goes this way. If it's a Telegram voice note, it goes this way. OpenAI, ChatGPT, will transcribe that into text, and then it will throw it into the brains of this entire workflow, which is my AI agent. And as you can see down here, I use OpenAI. Now, I appreciate that this looks very scary, but I promise all of this bit from here to here and everything in between is just standard. Yes, it's a bit of learning to figure this all out, but it's standard tools and techniques that are in N8N already. The real magic, which we'll explain later on, comes down here. But the AI agent goes off with the information from the Telegram message or voice note, and it figures out what I'm trying to tell it to do. And those in this particular sales agent, my little sales agent, I'm either going to get them to find details in the system, create a contact for me, look at my sales pipeline and figure out what's there or what needs to be done with that, create a Gmail on behalf of me, and then it's going to update my calendar here as well. Now, the thing with AI, and the reason why some of you are on this newsletter today, is because I posted about this, that AI sounds like AI. And you can tell those people who use AI in their social posts. It has loads of emojis and all this good stuff. These are experts who are in their expert field talking about things that they should know about, but AI is writing it for them. I have an opinion on that. You probably guess what it is. However, if I was to be really critical of myself, AI and writing should still be something that we all consider. But I believe that the tools that AI provide us are not good enough for somebody at our level who's providing a very high level service with the knowledge that we already have. Using a tool to write on your behalf is not good. And so I want to feed me, or as much of me, into AI as possible, so that it will plonk out me on the other side, my tone of voice, my language, the words that I say, the how I write them, and it happens in this function here, which is a vector stored database. Now, you might not have heard of that because it's a new enough term for me and I have some background in this, but this is like a super fast database that's referenced in wee tiny blocks that AI can go in and pull the exact information from there and use it as part of its prompt, as part of its response. And the magic of this is, as you probably saw in last week's email and newsletter to you, I included 20 templated emails that I use daily that are the bones of emails that I will send throughout all functions in my business and would have used in my business. And I have fed those into this vector database. And so those words, the message that comes from this particular AI agent is not the AI agent, but my words. There will be, some of them will be specifically the template that I used, and others will be their interpretation. Now, with anything in AI and you're using the AI, it's only as good as the prompt that you put into here. And I'm only learning this. So as I go through this, it's with the caveat that some of this may not work. And I'm not lying, this is the second time that I actually posted this video or recorded this video, because the first time I let myself down and got annoyed with it, which is very frustrating. But whenever this works, which it does work 99% of the time incredibly well, you will see significant benefits. And as I said before, and I have to remember if it was this one or the last call, or the last video, if you imagine how much time this saves you on a daily basis, and if you rolled systems like this over the next year out in your business across all of your team, how much time would they save? But not only that, how many human errors would we reduce? And if I go back to the emails and the point of the emails that I sent out last week, what would be the opportunity of sending out good communications in your business when everybody's doing it? Massive, right? Across the board, massive. That efficiency then comes back into the business. It is made as a returns as profit to us, and we can scale at pace really quickly. So let me go into this and I'm going to show you how everything looks. I'm just going to double check we're on the right screen. Perfect. Now I have my little bot sitting there. That's in the Telegram app. That's just in the Mac version of Telegram. I also have it on my phone when I'm out in the car and I want to communicate with my system. Good point. You don't have to open a laptop. You don't have to log into systems. This automatically does this for you. So I can do this anywhere in the world at any time, and this has access to all of my data. Let's show you. So I'm going to go into the Telegram app here. Please give me the email address for Jeff Bezos. Now, Jeff Bezos isn't a client of mine yet, but I had Adam as a test data here to show you how this works. Now, I am in the test mode, so I actually have to hit the test workflow. Normally, I would have this as active. And the reason I have this as a test workflow is to show you how all of that worked. It works through the workflow, goes through the AI agent, figures out what the chat model is, checks what function I'm actually asking it to do. It will, in this instance, it's check the Airtable find a record. And on the other side of that, it's given me the email address for Jeff. Now, Jeff, if you're ever watching this, call me. This is the focus of this. I can now log into my Airtable account or my CRM, which would be HubSpot or any of that there, and talk to it directly and get the information from that directly. Wow. Telephone numbers, addresses, status of jobs, status of quotes, pipelines, all of these good things can be communicated with just a simple voice note filter. Think about how quick that was done and how much time that could save you. Okay, so in this one here, I have wanted to find the contact from my CRM. This here is I want to create a contact in my CRM. This is I want to reference my sales pipeline. This is the second time, as I mentioned, that I'm recording this video because this bit didn't work, and this has been the bit that I need to refine. It keeps giving me the wrong data from a database, and I'm not sure how to fix it at the minute, so that's my task over Christmas. But what this will do is it would pull up the information. Do you know what? I'm going to show you it in a second, and even if it goes wrong, I've told you it in advance because I was annoyed the last time. This function here is my my Gmail account. This one here is my Google Calendar, and this is to create an event, and this one here is to check the next event. Now, I haven't created a test event here. I can promise you that this works because I used it this morning. And all I would do is I would put a little prompt, tell me the next meeting with myself and Jeff Bezos, and it will give me the details. It will give me the Google Meet link. It's fantastic, and that works well. So let's go through. So test the workflow, just because I'm about to do that. Open up the Telegram app again, Connor, and I'm going to type a message this time. So what I want to do is create a contact for Bill Gates of Microsoft with email Bill to, because I already created this one, at Bill, we'll call him something else, Bill Gately, yeah, of Microsoft with bill2 at microsoft.com. Boom. Okay. Now, I'd already created Bill Gates the previous time, so I had to figure that all out there. But as you can see there, it's created Bill Gately at Microsoft from bill2 at microsoft.com. You saw it flick through the entire workflow. It went all the way through here, checked what I was asking it to do, and then it came over here and created the contact class. Now, what is going to happen then is the next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to test it this time. I'm just going to try it. I'm going to test my workflow. Please give me the value of the strategic growth program opportunity with Jeff from Amazon. Waiting for the trigger event, still there, perfect. Going through, it's checking the sales pipeline, perfect, there you go. So that actually worked fine this time. What it was doing, it was referencing other accounts and everything else, and I sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. I will be refining that, but that has given me the information from my Airtable database, which is on my sales pipeline, of all those opportunities that I am working for with potential opportunity for clients. And if I ask again, so what is the status of this, and send it across, need to hit test workflow again. It's going to go ahead and check that one more time. It's going to tell me it's an opportunity at proposal stage. So I can then see how far along my workflow is with, or my sales pipeline is with Jeff at Amazon. Now, the benefit of all of this here is that I'm using a little chat memory. So I can actually, it will remember what I've said every single time, and it will remember like 50 messages before, and it will use that information time and time again to answer the next question or the next question or the next question with the utilization of the same data that was done before. Brilliant. Right. Okay. So next one I'm going to do is I'm going to go over here and create a draft email based on all the information that's in my Supabase Vector store. And that Supabase Vector store currently only has the 20 emails that I had created last week that you would have received the PDF. If you haven't, go to moveapace.com/emails and you can download it again there. But what I want to do is I want to create a breakup email with Jeff because he's not responding to my quote requests or whatever that would be. Please draft an email to Jeff at Amazon following the exact Supabase template that I have created for the breakup email on sales. Now, that was a bit wordy. That wasn't even good. I'm a wee bit at a stage fright there. Test the workflow again and we'll watch it going through. So it's going through, checking the transcribe, going over here to check that, checking the database down here. Thank goodness it did that. And then what's going to happen here is it should have popped out that there is a message there. Now we'll go back into Telegram, and instead of sending it to Gmail, it has drafted it in the Telegram for me to review. Now, if you have received that PDF last week, you'll know that this is the breakup email that I did and it has published it, but it's used the data from in here, program, strategic growth program, follow-up, because that's the proposal that we have. It's used Jeff's first name, it's personalized to him. I've done nothing, I've just talked to it. It's used my breakup email. These are my words, really important. This is the template that I used, and it will sometimes use a variation of that if I ask it to do so, so it will vary it sometimes. But this is me. This is my words in AI, in an automation. I can follow up with those stages of the pipeline that I need to follow up on, and I could even date this where I could say anybody who has not replied to my proposal at stage, proposal in the last 14 days or over 14 days from sending, it will draft the emails on that basis as well. So it could draft 2, 3, or 4 as well. And so there you go, right? And so what I'm going to do is please send. I'm going to hit the test workflow one more time, and as we'll say, I'll go all the way through, boop, 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 and I'll hit the Gmail there, done. And we'll go back in here. The email has been successfully drafted, and if there's anything else you want me to do, don't. And I can go into my drafts in my Gmail. Again, I'm not going to show you them because I'm not using the test account, but I have a draft in here. Strategic Growth Program Follow-up. Hi Jeff, I wouldn't be doing my job correctly. Perfect. Think about this. Think about the tools that you're using. Think about the activities and the actions that you and your team use time and time again, and figure out, well, a workflow. Just create a workflow of, well, if this and that, what happens when we do this? Because if you can do that and you can build out a workflow that looks like your method of doing things, you can automate it. Cool. Right, and the last thing that I'm going to do is I'm just going to test the workflow one more time. I'm going to show you how to create an event in this calendar. So just going to do this. Please create an event on the 2nd of January 2025 at 3 p.m. for myself and Jeff Bezos. The title of that message or that event is Growth Plan. It's going to go away through, it's going through all the systems here one more time. It's going to tell us the event title Growth Plan has been successfully scheduled at 3 p.m. Now, I have set some rules. Oh, and it's probably just emailed him actually. Oh, that's emailed him automatically. This is the hopefully that's not Jeff's email. That's not his email address, because I've just emailed Jeff at Amazon.com with a meeting invite for the 2nd of January about his growth plan. I don't think he needs me. Anyway, assuming that is the case, and Jeff's going to get back to me in the new year, what I want to do is, now this is a couple of days, I had a few glasses of wine over the Christmas break, and remind me, when is my next meeting with Jeff Bezos? Going to test the workflow one more time, and that'll go all the way through here. It'll check the calendar this time, and there we go. You see, it gives me the link, all that good stuff. Now, the purpose of this email was to give you an idea, just an idea of how you can use systems and AI in your business. From my perspective, the goal here is to make me as efficient in all areas of the business outside of service delivery, so that I can spend more time looking after and working with my clients. This is just one of the tools that I'm going to be using. I'm going to be doing one for my marketing, my market research, my client onboarding, and I'll be building that out based on the systems. If you work with me, you already know that I have a process for most things, but those processes are inefficient because I am the only one doing those. And over the next few months, I will be building those systems out to ensure that they are done to my standard and my level, but using the tools that are available today. Please send me a reply if you like this, if you think you might be introducing some of this in your own business, or you want to find out some more information. I'm not doing this as a service. I will just point you in the right direction, but there obviously needs to be a user case and a cost analysis of everything we do here. For me, I just really enjoy this. This is stuff that keeps me up at night because I'm excited about it. I know it's pretty sad, but there is so much that you should and can be doing with AI today. We as business owners, if we don't embrace this technology, we will be left behind. And so we need to figure out how we're going to use tools to our advantage. As always, thank you for watching. Merry Christmas to everybody that I work with currently and those that I look forward to working with in the new year. I hope it's a great break, and I look forward to working with you in 2025. Have a great day and chat soon.